Welcome everyone to another Legacy of the Valiant card discussion video. This video will be on some other monsters in Legacy of the Valiant, first of which being White Dustin. Very useful card, clearly.
Yeah, it's a normal monster, light fiend, level 1. It's got 0 attack and 1000 defense.
So, unfortunately, not the most useful, but due to its 0 attack, it does have a few uses.
One in that it can be searched with, thanks to it being introduced, as well as the existence of Thousand Eyes Idol. You can now use Box of Friends to summon them both. So that's one use for it. Also, thanks to it being a Dustin normal monster, the fact that it can, when it's summoned through Dustin cards, it, unlike the other Dustins, can actually be used for summonings. So if you use House Dustin to summon Dustin monsters to either side of the field, you could summon 3 of this guy to your side of the field, and 3 of the Dustins that can't be used for anything onto your opponents. Then you have, you could summon a Lionheart if you wanted to, using those 3 monsters.
You can also use Mass Chameleon to summon this card from your graveyard and go for a level 5 synchro play. And of course, when this card is special summoned, since it does have 0 attack, you can use Inferno Reckless Summon and special summon a couple more. And not only, if you Mass Chameleon, let's say, not only could you bring out a level 5 synchro, but you could either go into a 7 or a 6, or you could also do a rank 1 play as well. So you could perhaps go into that Catastor or Armades, and then also go into a Slacker Magician, which could be turned into a Downer Magician.
Alright, and then next we have Mystic Macrocarpa Seed, which is an Earth Plant Tuner monster. It's level 3 with 500 attack and 1000 defense. Its effect is it cannot be used as a Synchro Material monster except for the Synchro Summon of an Earth monster. And then you can target one Earth monster on the field and reduce its level by 1. You can use the effect of Mystic Macrocarpa Seed up to twice per turn.
So it doesn't have any restrictions on Exceed summoning, so this could also just be used for general level modulation for Exceed summoning, which is pretty nice as well.
And the fact that its effect does not require it to target a different Earth monster means that as long as you're synchro summoning an Earth monster, you can use this card with any material monster and just alter its level. Because you could get it could be a level 3, level 2, or a level 1.
Yes, but you can only alter them if they're Earth monsters.
So it can target itself or any other Earth monster.
Pretty useful. Let's see, what are some good monsters that could be synchro summoned with this? Let's think some Earth Exceed or some Earth synchro monsters.
Well, obviously you got the Naturia synchros, which all require Earth monsters, so those are one of the most obvious choices there.
You could also go for Leo the Keeper of Sacred Tree. The level modulation will definitely help out for that. XX Saber Gothams requires 1 tuner and 1 or more Earth monsters, so that would make sense with this card as well. Naturio Leo Drake, 3000 attack beater.
Yeah, there you go.
Gigantic Castle actually wouldn't be terrible for this either. You could change some monsters down as well. Well, I guess you are reducing levels anyway. You cannot change them up. That would make sense. But you can reduce their levels so you could synchro summon with more monsters and get Gigantic Castle's attack greater. I guess next we have Kalantosa, Mythical Beast of the Forest, which is a level 2 beast effect monster with the effect, this card is special summoned by the effect of a beast type monster. You can target 1 card on the field and destroy that target. So I guess one of the main plays with this card is you're gonna want to use your Raccoon Tauntaun flip summon effect and special summon this card, and then you will be able to destroy a card on the field, which is very useful, and then you can proceed to go into a rank 2 monster.
As well, since the Earth Searcher is Giant Rat, so you can also just have this card in any deck that can use Giant Rat, and if you need to destroy a monster, this is just a card you can pull out of your deck as well. Alright, and then next we have Nikitama, which is a light fairy spirit monster. It's got level 4 with 800 attack and 1800 defense. Its effect is cannot be special summoned. During the end phase of the turn, the card is normal summoned or flipped face up. You return it to the hand. And then during the turn this card was normal summoned or flipped face up, you can normal summon 1 spirit monster in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. So, and also when this card is sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. But you must control a spirit monster in order to activate and resolve that effect.
So basically this is going to allow you to summon 2 spirit monsters in a turn. Obviously this will allow you to synchro summon or exceed summon. Do they have a tuner actually? Was there a spirit tuner?
No, there isn't. Probably your best bet in terms of synchro summoning using this card was to use its second summon on like Kinkabio to revive an effect veiler or something like that.
Yeah, I guess that actually is pretty useful. Kinkabio is pretty powerful. But yeah, I guess could you then use this card? You couldn't use it to tribute summon Self for another spirit monster though, could you?
Well, you could, yeah, because you could during that turn you can normal summon another spirit monster. So you could feasibly use this card, summon it, and then tribute it for a Dark Dust Spirit or a Feng Wang, and then since you also get the draw since you now control a spirit monster. So you get the draw and then you get the higher level spirit monster's effect.
So that also creates some powerful plays. I guess next we have our Black Brachios, which is a level 4 dinosaur effect monster. That has the effect when this card is normal summon, you can target one monster on the field and change that target to defense position. And it does have 1800 attack and 1100 defense, so that 1800 attack is going to help you get over a lot of monsters, since defense is not the highest stat for most monsters, really.
The nice thing is, for example, if you combo that with Black Tyranno, who's can attack directly if all your opponent's monsters are in defense mode. So you can combo that there. Or also like Dark Triceratops, which pierces. It can be comboed as well, not just getting over their monsters, but a lot of the other dinosaur monsters' effects, at least the old ones, can really help there. Plus it's just kind of a good standard level 4 monster for dinosaurs.
Yeah, that'll definitely help dinosaurs out to combine this card maybe with Jirac Guaiba. That'll also help Guaiba attack into monsters and summon other Guaibas. So
yeah, mainly the Jirac monsters that get other monsters when they actually manage to destroy ones by battles. So this card will make that a lot easier.
Yep, and then you will be able to maybe go into an Evil Sword, Lage or Doka.
Alright, and then next we have Cherubume, Princess of Autumn Leaves. She's an earth plant, level 8 monster with 1800 attack, 2800 defense. Its effect is your opponent cannot target face-up plant monsters for attacks, except for this one, and then if this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, you can special summon a plant-type monster from your deck, except Cherubume.
So this is just kind of another one of those classic level 8 princess plant monsters. Has a different effect, of course.
A lot more defensive than the other ones, but not only in stats, but also with its effect.
Yeah, but it is able to special summon a plant type monster from your deck when it's destroyed, so it can help continuously bring out the other princesses when this card is destroyed.
Or feasibly, if you need another one, you can use its effect to bring out a Lone Fire Blossom, and then use Lone Fire Blossom to pull out another one of these from your deck.
It also helps when it's destroyed if you want a specific plant monster from your deck. Then what am I trying to say? Like Gigaplant. Yeah, you can use that and normal summon it on your next turn, and then start special summoning your Lone Fire Blossom from your graveyard, or
revive this card back.
Or revive
things
this
like
card
that.
back. Yeah. So you can bring out more princess cards going for your rank 8 Xyz summons.
And it also has the same sort of lockdown effect where if you manage to get 2 of them on the field, then neither of them can be attacked because it's the loop of you have to continuously attack the other one. So
well, only this. So 2 of this card, I guess. Yeah.
Having 2 of this card will protect all of your plants. So.
And next we have saturnorca, which is a level 5 wing beast water effect monster, and its effect is if you control both fish and wing beast type monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When you do, you can declare a level from 3 to 5. The levels of all monsters you currently control become the declared level. If you activate this effect, monsters you control cannot activate their effects for the rest of the turn except water monsters.
So it's definitely a card that makes cards like Ice Prince and Siriort very easy to summon, as well as making like Abyss Splash or Crystal Zero very easy to summon. However, the requirement to have both fish and winged beast type monsters already on the field. When you special summon it, it's kind of hefty. Takes a little bit of work to get that done.
But if you have more versatile cards, like maybe Guard Penguin, Blizzard Falcon is sort of a defensive card, so that's not a terrible play with, or a terrible card to put into a fish deck.
As well as Aurora Wing, the new Blizzard Thunderbird, which makes it really easy to summon Xyz monsters through that. The nice thing is that this card will make all of your monsters rank 3, 4, or 5. So you can also use it to, if you meet the requirements for the summoning of this card, you can instantly bring out a Shark Caesar.
Yes, but you do have to special summon this card from your hand in order to get off the rest of the effect.
And if nothing else, I mean, it's a fairly easily summonable level 5 winged beast, so
yeah.
Well, relatively easily summonable.
I mean,
if you're in a deck that works with it.
It's just one tribute, so it's not too bad. But again, you're probably going to want to try to somehow throw in a few winged beasts to maybe like a shark-based deck, and go for the rank 3, 4, or 5 plays. If you can somehow manage to get like 4 monsters out or something and have this card and special summon this card, then you'll be able to make multiple Xyz monsters in the same turn, which is really nice, especially since you're going to be able to likely sort of full armor change them into, was it Crystal Zero?
Crystal Zero Lancer, or
yeah.
Armored Black Ray Lancer.
Yeah, those two.
Alright, and then next we have Xyz Avenger. It's a Dark Fiend, level 4, with 1800 attack and 700 defense. With the effect of, this card is unaffected by the effects of Xyz monsters. When this card is destroyed by battle with an Xyz monster and sent to the graveyard, you can activate one of these effects depending on the rank of the Xyz monster that destroyed it. Rank 3 or lower, your opponent sends one card from their extra deck to the graveyard. Rank 4, you get to choose one card in your opponent's extra deck and send it to the graveyard. And then if it was a rank 5 or higher, your opponent sends as many cards from their extra deck to the graveyard as possible, but not more than the Xyz monster's rank.
So this card will likely be played in defense mode, so your opponent doesn't know what they're attacking. But if it is played in defense mode, it is going to be able to be targeted by their Xyz effect monsters, so that is something to take note of.
It's one of those cards where it's just like, this can be horribly devastating to some decks, like for example Gimmick Puppets, where they pretty much are not able to get rid of this card outside of their Xyz monsters beating it, because they just don't have the powerful monsters necessary to do so.
Yeah, if it's
and that's going to be completely devastating to their extra decks. So
yeah, if it's in attack mode, then most of those Gimmick Puppets can't get over it.
Outside of number 40 or number 88, or their ranked up counterparts.
Well, you do have your Shimigami?
Gearspring Spirit.
Gearspring Spirit, yeah. I was thinking of the Japanese name for some reason. But Gearspring Spirit will be able to make this card 0 and attack over it.
So it's one of those cards where it's not going to see much play because it's Xyz specific, and say if you face an opponent deck that doesn't use Xyz monsters, then what are you going to do? But against an Xyz deck, particularly a high rank one, it's a very devastating card.
I mean, at this day and age, I mean, most people are using Xyz monsters, but again, the majority of them are rank 4, so you're a lot less likely to use this card. But it's not a terrible side deck card if you were to choose one. I mean, it is sort of versatile in the sense that it works against many decks, but the rank 4
the other downside is the fact that if you're playing against an opponent who has not just Xyz monsters, they can just use something else to get over this card. Because if this card is not destroyed by battle with the Xyz monster, then it doesn't do anything.
And it's only unaffected by the effects of Xyz monsters, so it's not really protected except from
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, and 1800 isn't that terrible to get over without
except in cases like the Gimmick Puppets. So, alright, and then next we have Tackle Crusader, which is an Earth Rock, level 4. It's got 1500 attack and 1800 defense. And its effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. Target a face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position, or target a face-up spell or trap card your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards with the same name as that card returned to the hand by this effect.
So this card is very powerful. You can send it to the graveyard many ways, through like Foolish Burial. You can bring it back with your Black Golem, go into a Fairy King Alverdich, and its effect, Alverdage's effect, using its materials will allow you to activate this card's effect.
As well as, since it is a rock monster, it is a viable target for Catapult Zone as well as Rock Bombardment. Between those two cards, you can send this card to the grave on your opponent's turn. So you can trigger that. Say if your opponent attacks you, you can chain Rock Bombardment, and you've essentially activated Book of Moon on their monster.
Yep, and you can continuously send their spells and traps back to their hand, and your opponent won't be able to use them on the next or on the same turn, I suppose.
So that effect is really only useful on your opponent's turn, because otherwise they're not going to be trying to activate another face-up pillar trap card. In most cases, at least.
In most cases, yeah. Yeah, the more useful effect is to target a monster your opponent controls and change it to face-on defense position, because that's going to likely prevent, well, some protection effects and some of the face-up effects that they have.
Mainly if you have things like Rock Bombardment, where you can chain getting this into the graveyard. So that's one of the best ways to get off this card's effect.
And then finally we have Magio Sheldon, but it's a level 3 water warrior effect monster, 800 attack, 2000 defense, and it cannot be special summoned except by its own effect. This card is tribute summon. During your next standby phase, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck during the turn you activate this effect. So this is kind of a continuous tribute for Mobius the Mega Monarch, which will allow you to easily get off Mobius the Mega Monarch's effect for destroying 3 face-down spell or traps your opponent controls.
And the fact that as long as you can just continuously use it. If you tribute it for a tribute summon every turn, then there you go. And if you have this combined with Treeborn Frog, as long as you don't have a spell or trap on the field, you got 2 tributes per turn.
And this can be used for any tribute. It doesn't have to be for a water-type monster like Mobius the Mega Monarch is. As long as you tribute summon and use it for a tribute summon, it's going to be special summoned during your next standby phase. And that 2000 defense is pretty hefty, so that's going to be a not too bad first turn set either.
The nice thing is it is a warrior, so I mean that leads you to a lot of searching possibilities as well, because you can just use Reinforcement of the Army to get this card going.
And of course, if it does happen to be destroyed by battle before you get the continuous effect of being able to tribute summon at each turn, you can use the Warrior Returning of Life, which comes along with the being a warrior, to bring it back to your hand and hopefully get it off next turn. But I guess that is it for the other effect monsters, well, other monsters in Legacy of the Valiant. So I hope you tune in for the next video, and as always, leave a comment below on your thoughts on any of these cards.
See you guys later.